Hey my friends, what's up? I'm Ian, and I'm gonna play one of the most emotional, amazing games ever. Come on! Yep, Horace. It's a great game, story-wise. Gameplay is bullshit. Yeah, believe me, because I've been playing two-dimensional games, retro games, pixel games, games in general, for more than 26 years now. Wow. So yeah, gameplay is terrible. Story is nice. Music is nice. Yeah, I recommend this game. So music, story, style, maybe. Are the pros of this game. Yeah, this is how a robot can be made. Yeah, that's it. Serial number 0000000001. Are you trying to brainwash this dude? Booting up. Hello. No, I've searched through Google. Horace is the name of a poet. Yeah. Okay. Oh my god. Where am I? Where am I? Yeah.
And so, I was born. The first people I remember seeing were the old man, the
Oh,
old
Heather.
lady, and their daughter, Heather. After they'd said hello, the old man powered me down so he could install some software. I could tell they were nice people. The old man didn't give me a silly voice or stupid personality.
If
The old
this is
lady
not a
didn't dress me
stupid
like a
voice,
clown.
then
Although for some reason,
I'll be
they
damned.
really didn't
Oh
like
shit.
me. Once I'd had time to get used to walking, the old man asked me to dash from one end
Suit.
of the room
Yeah,
to
a
the
robot
other.
in a suit. This is new. One more point. I'm gonna talk to the developers right now. What the hell is this sound? For the love of God, it's so annoying. What the hell is this? Rusty Springs? Why? Why?
Next, the old man spent a couple of hours building some wooden platforms. He said he wanted me to jump up them, but I must admit, I was scared. It wasn't until I saw Heather and her mother happily climbing up them that I decided it might be okay.
Yaha.
The old man then rearranged the platforms. He told me to try to
Oops, sorry.
reach the other end of the room without touching the floor. Heather said the floor's made of lava, but when I smiled at her, she just
Oh.
frowned. and looked away. The old lady arranged some pillows and blankets. She said it was in case I fell, but I think she just wanted it to look more like lava.
Okay. This is the
When I
basic
reached the
tutorial.
inside, the old man just smiled and said, "That'll do for now."
And here we go. Again. Be bold and venture to be wise. Be bold and venture. Yeah, it's definitely true. Winter is coming. Oh, turkey.
A couple of days after those first lessons,
Now I feel hungry.
the family had a big meal, and I was introduced to everyone else. The professor was the old man's brother. He was very quiet, and always seemed to just kind of stare at me. He had lived with the old man for 5 years. The house was so huge they barely saw each other. He
Yeah,
preferred instead to stay in his room, leaving everything up to his butler,
the
Mr.
professor.
Dick. As he insisted everyone call him,
I finished this
although
game
the professor
once,
always called him Anton.
so I'm not
For a
gonna
while,
spoil
he called him the
anything.
yellow bastard.
Yeah.
But the old man made him stop, as
But
he thought it
pay
sounded
attention
racist.
to each and every
Mr.
details.
Silton was the
in
old
the
man's
game.
driver. Before he worked here, he'd gotten in with some bad people and was the driver in a post office robbery, although it all went wrong for some reason. Mr. Silton showed me a video
Yeah, a
of
thief
band.
and
I'm sure some
a rock
people must
player.
like it, but I just found it terrifying.
Wow.
Then there was Alice. She was the cook. She was a nice old
Alice
lady.
in
When
Wonderland.
she was younger, she had been a TV chef. Then, years later, she had a small part in Coronation Street. Mr. Silton said, before she worked for the old man, Alice was quite a hoarder. She kept old newspapers and bicycles. And something about a pool.
Newspapers are fine. I've seen
The next morning, the old man
this
gathered
these
everyone
kind of
together to show him
addictions
what I
before,
was
but
capable of.
bicycles?
What else does he do?
Wow.
Asked Mr. Silton. The old man
Where do you
smiled.
put them?
He can help around the house. Could he help me with my newspaper collecting? Asked Alice. I'm not sure that's a
Newspaper.
good idea, said the old lady, but he can do all sorts of jobs. Yeah, said Mr. Silton, shove a stick up his ass and he can do Dick's job. Now, said the old man, we have company, pointing to some important-looking people. 2 large men, both called Gary, set up what
Men
the
in
old man
black.
referred to as lasers. He said again, I should try to get from one end of the room to the other, but I shouldn't be worried, as I had a special chip which made no
Lazarus.
matter how damaged I was, I
Morality
wouldn't die.
Infinite what?
He said
What's
it
the
was
other one?
like infinite lives in a video game. But when he realized I didn't understand, he said he would explain another time.
Okay. No. Okay.
Everybody clapped, except the important-looking men. Not exactly a cold, calculated killer, is it? Said the man in black.
Is he supposed to
The
be
man
a
in
killer?
grey laughed.
Killer?
What kind of artificial intelligence was that? He asked. Move right, unless there's something in the way. Okay, said the old man. He turned to me and whispered, they're going to make it quite a bit tougher, but I'm sure you'll be fine.
Another test. We're gonna pass Horace. Oops. Oh my god.
garage, then rearranged the room one last time. The old man smiled. Now, there's no need to look so glum, he said. I'm still happy with everything you've done today. So this time, I was determined to do him proud.
I'm gonna do you proud, Dad. Whoa. I'm gonna make you proud by jumping and whoops from the beginning. Shit. I sound like a rusty spring. Dad, change my springs.
The old man's friends actually seemed quite happy when I made it through. We might have a winner after all, said the man in black. It's no Killbot 3000, but you can almost see the fire in its eyes. A couple of days later, the old lady said she had a surprise for me, my own room. She also wanted to play me some music. I wasn't sure after what Mr. Silton had shown me. As if music wasn't amazing enough, the old lady...
Now we're talking, yeah.
I couldn't believe what I saw. I watched everything I could. Comedy, drama, horror, sci-fi. Anything anyone wanted to watch, I would happily watch with them. Then one day, the old man set up a small box. He plugged some cables into the television and said, "This is what I meant when I said video games."
Oh yeah. Is it Atari 2600?
I was unstoppable. I had enjoyed music, film, and television. But to me, video games really were the highest art form.
It looks like PS2, but yeah, the games. Table tennis, 4-2. Yeah, now they can make a super artificial intelligence, a robot to play with you, but this is the games they are playing. What the F? Frog. Yeah. Woo!
Heather's birthday was a couple of months later. Her mum and dad had bought her a camera and arranged a day out by the sea so that Heather could take some photos, although I really don't think she wanted any pictures of me. When the old man asked the professor if he wanted to go, he frowned and said, "I can't believe you want to spend time with that thing. It could destroy the world." I wasn't sure what he meant, but the old man just smiled and said, "That's what you said about the Game Boy." And on.
Did you invent the Game Boy?
Said
I'm
Mr.
gonna
Deck.
thank you.
The last time I got in that car, Barry crashed us into a branch of Woolworths. I never would have gone into Woolworths of my own accord. The old man explained that the car was old and the brakes had failed, but Mr. Deck was having none of it. So Mr. Silton drove, and Alice came along for the fresh air. I enjoyed being outside.
That is the most weird rabbit
kept telling me to be careful
I've
with the
ever
rickety
seen.
old walkways. It felt like she was telling me off, but I think she was just concerned. As the old man and I stood on the cliff tops, I could see something in the distance. I wasn't sure what it was, so I asked the old man. He said it was a battleship that had sunk in the 1940s. But he looked so sad when he spoke about war.
Looks like back in the days he was a Marine
I didn't see what
or
happened,
something.
but the metal platform Heather was climbing on had collapsed. She was safe, even if the rocks she was on looked very dangerous.
Ooh,
The
Heather.
tide was rising, and we didn't know how long the
Mayday.
Coast Guard was going to be, so I offered to climb down and get her. The old man agreed, but said I should be careful, as Heather doesn't have infinite lives, like I do.
Okay, Heather. Hang in there, I'm coming. Whoa.
Heather was unconscious, and her leg was broken, so I picked her up as gently as I could. I decided it would be best if I didn't run
Yeah, you
the rest
better.
of the way.
Nice, nice. Come on.
An ambulance had
Here's your
arrived by the time I had
jerk
made it
daughter.
back to the cliff top. The medics made sure Heather was okay, and then took her off to hospital. A few days later, we all went to see how she was doing. She was fine, but would have to wear the cast for a couple of months.
Now she's smiling. Wanna be my friend? Robot saves local girl. Mechanical man to the rescue. Hero robot, hero bot. Now we're making them crazy.
Once Heather got to know me, we became good friends. We enjoyed the same films and TV. She was also annoyingly good at some of my favorite games. After a while, she became very interested in how I worked.
Oh god.
Soon she knew as much about me as the old man did, if not more. We spent the next couple of months visiting other countries, as when it came to teaching me things, the old man always liked to pick interesting locations. He had explained the basics of mathematics to me at the Great Pyramid of Egypt. Taught me history in the dead of night, surrounded by
Why do you need to
trees,
explain
giant
all
stones.
these things? Just install a software
He showed me
or
science in
copy
action high up in a hot air
the
balloon.
informations. The informations.
This is why I was surprised when the old man took me to a restaurant. It was nice, but it seemed very small
Unless
compared to the previous grand location.
this is
He said
a
he just
child
wanted to
and
chat,
he needs to
and
be
this was nice and quiet.
educated.
Plus, it was his favorite place to eat.
Yeah,
We talked about life,
at least the game
the
implies
universe,
that.
Douglas Adams, everything really. When I asked him why were we here, why did we exist, he just smiled and said, "Life is like a game.
Yeah,
Just
life is
don't
just a
expect
game.
to be finished anytime soon." When I looked puzzled, he said, "Well, everyone
Except
should
for
have a
feelings?
purpose."
Pain?
So I asked him, "What's my purpose?"
Suffering?
He thought for a bit, then said, "So you
Everything
want
is
to be
okay.
a little boy," which just confused me even more. Eventually the old man said, "For now, I want you to help clean things around the house." I must have looked unimpressed, as he then said, "Okay." I want you to clean 1,000,000 things. It didn't sound like the meaning of life. But I suppose you've got to start somewhere.
Yeah. Now that's your purpose. A man can't have everything. Where would he put it? In the attic.
The next day, the old man said he wanted to install some more software, so he powered me down. When I came to, he said Mr. Silton had a joke for me, and that I should pull his finger. I don't think I got the joke, so the old man powered me down again. This time when I pulled Mr. Silton's finger, I got the joke, but it wasn't very funny. The old man then explained that he had installed a special chip which allowed me to clean away anything that was broken. He said it also tells me how many things are nearby, and how many smaller things are in a bigger thing. It all sounded very complicated, but he said all I really had to do was pause, and it would bring up all the information I needed.
I know this
And said he
before.
wanted me to
We're
find
gonna
and
skip
clean
this part.
all of the items in the room. He told me there would be some chains to climb, but that would be nice and easy, as I just had to press up. He then finished by saying, when I had collected all the items, I should come back here.
Now, this is interesting. Small things take less time to collect. Bigger things takes longer. I don't argue about these small objects, but battle. Shit. Where do you put a oh yeah, where do you put a car? Absorbed it. Now this is my job, to clean a million things. This game has 2 endings, so yeah, that's the only thing I'm gonna tell you. All junk cleared, and
The old man then asked the old lady Heather and I to follow him outside. I was happy too, as it was a lovely hot day. The old man said he was worried that Alice had been hoarding again. She had filled up a small barn with old bicycles and newspapers. Heather said this would be a perfect chance to properly test my new powers. The old man thought for a second, then said, using the steptoe chip, I should find and clean at least 300 things. When we explained to Alice what we wanted to do, she seemed scared. But after the old lady kindly explained that, well, the barn was starting to smell, she said it would be okay. One last thing, said the old man. If you want to use a door, just push up.
okay,
When I was about to enter the old barn,
it's
Mr.
an
Silton
artificial
said he had seen
intelligence
some
and
mushrooms growing inside. He asked me to give him any that I found. He
you
then
don't know
winked,
how to open a
but I
door.
wasn't sure why.
Oh, okay, let's clean. Oh, what are these things? Wow. Don't you guys know the meaning of recycling? What the hell? Junk combo. And mysterious mushrooms. For Mr. Silton, I think. Last try. Got it. No. Ooh, again. What did I left behind? Let's see. No. I don't know. Weird. What did I left behind? Oh, this short. Oh yeah.
The old man was very happy with everything that I had cleaned. But I think Mr. Silton was even more happy with his mushrooms.
What are you gonna do with it, Silton? Naughty Silton.
It wasn't the days getting shorter, or the evenings getting colder. It was the falling leaves that really made me feel sad.
Falling leaves.
As we watched the trees blowing in the breeze, the old lady said, "The leaves must fall before the blossom comes." She had already explained the seasons to me, so for once, I actually understood.
Do you think
But it didn't
autumn
make me
is
feel any
sad?
better. The old lady obviously had enough of my moping, and said, "Right, next week we're going to have a party."
Well, it depends.
For some reason she insisted that we were all going to wear costumes. Heather was very excited and said,
I don't know.
"I've got some perfect ideas."
With days getting shorter, can play more in the nights. Yeah. Longer nights means longer video games.
It was terrifying.
Playing.
Everyone was dressed like someone else. I think I was meant to be some kind of pumpkin, as everyone kept shouting, "It's the Great Pumpkin." Still, at least Mr. Silton was having fun telling everyone his joke. And I suppose Heather's costume was quite flattering. After what seemed like forever, everybody left, and things got back to normal. Heather was allowed to watch a scary film before she went to bed, but I had to help Alice and Mr. Deck clean up. I wasn't happy about this, but the old man said if I was quick, then I could watch the end of the film with them.
But Dad, I'm gonna play. Leave me alone.
Alice was vacuuming, and Mr. Deck was taking down the decorations, so I thought I should clean up the plates and glasses.
Okay, let's do it. I'm gonna play.
The ear-splitting sound was the fire alarm. As usual, Mr. Deck blamed Mr. Silton, saying he was probably smoking one of his jazz cigarettes. But then the professor appeared. He said that there was something burning in the kitchen. Alice looked confused, saying that she hadn't cooked
I wonder
anything
what.
since the morning. We were all surprised when Mr. Deck opened the oven. Inside was a large black cloak and a slightly burnt pair of men's underwear. Suddenly the old lady burst in. She looked terrified.
Uh,
She kept shouting,
Partly
"If someone
burnt underwear
went outside, it slowly became obvious that
in
it
the
was Mr.
oven.
Silton.
Well, I'm gonna
Completely
throw that
naked
oven
and playing his
away.
guitar. He shouted,
And here it
"When I
is.
finish this song, I'm going to fly." The old lady said, "Oh my god, I know this one, there's only about 30 seconds left." The old man then quickly turned to me and said, "You know what to do."
Let's save that. Level filler. Hangover alert. My god. Okay.
By the time I had made it up to the roof,
Come on,
Mr.
buddy.
Silton was beside the edge. I tried to calm him down, but he was acting even more bizarre than usual.
If I were him, I would have jumped. Again, robot saves local. Here robot saves again. Android and Hero.
After an hour or so, Mr. Silton was fine. He said he had eaten some bad magic mushrooms. Part of me wondered why he hadn't doubled in size. Still, he was soon laughing and joking with the paramedic.
You know, this
One of
game
them
reminds
said
me
he
of
looked like the
Detroit
world's
Become
worst
Human
clown.
in some
I
ways.
don't think Mr. Silton liked that. So he told his own joke. But that just made the other paramedic
Yeah.
call him Marshmallow Marceau. I don't think he liked that either. But at least he was still in one piece.
Lightning!
A month or so later, Heather and I were playing video games.
Final
The
Fantasy?
old man said he wanted me to come outside. He said it had been a year since I had arrived, so he had a present for me.
A teddy bear, that's what I
The teddy
need.
bear high up on a wooden platform. He then told me I should try to pick it up.
Okay, give it to me. Daddy, I can't reach.
Try as I might, I couldn't reach the teddy bear. However, I still don't understand what happened next.
Ooh. Oh, oh. Oh, rest in peace. Oh my god, our friend is shocked badly. Pinocchio. The shock and the grief was so hard, so big. Just powered down. Powered down. Someone pick up the hat. Yeah, the mushrooms. Collecting another bicycle? How many bicycling is in that country anyway? Okay, now you're in style, dude. Complete suit and a suitable hat. But what's the point? Oh, password is incorrect. Okay, let's power it up with a hammer. Yeah, that's the way I do things. Whenever my computer is not working, yeah, that's it. Come on. It's the software, you beep. Yeah, that's what my computer is telling me when I punch it. Dust to dust, ashes to ashes. System shutdown complete. Days has passed. How many? We don't know yet. But we're gonna find out soon. Whoa! I think billions of years passed. Oh, in this game. I don't know. I can't remember its name, but something like Coast to Coast. I've played this on Sega Mega Drive. Was it on
Was I
Super
dead?
Nintendo?
Was this
And
It's
Xbox
sort of
Classic?
like the basement bathroom.
PC? The online version?
It
It's
was
a very
the
nice
shoes
game.
the old man was going
What?
to give me.
It's
I
Coast to
thought
Coast?
I
I
might
can't
as well
remember.
put them on. They were just the right size. The old man
Well, I'm
fit
gonna
me
create
pretty good as well. I'm
a
sure he
video. I'm
wouldn't
gonna make
mind
a
if
video
I
about
wore
this.
it.
Yeah. Coast. Anyway, leave it. Nothing is beautiful from every point of view, especially in distance. No, I mean in close view. Yeah, in distance, everything
Amazingly, the
is
shoes
beautiful.
allowed me to defy
But
gravity.
when you get
Or maybe it
too
was the
close,
hat.
not so beautiful. Yeah. Anyway, another power up. Stupid idea. A very stupid idea. I didn't
Part
like
of the
it,
basement was
at least the
flooded,
way
and the
it
stairs
is
had
in this
collapsed.
game.
I didn't know what was going on, but I had to be careful. The electricity was going haywire in some places. How long had I been asleep? Months? Years? I
Years.
was so confused. Where
Years.
had everybody gone?
Yeah. So many years.
I was slightly scared. This was the first time I had been outside
What the
alone.
hell has happened to this house? Oh my god.
I knew what I had to do. This had to be my purpose.
Let's skip
I would
cleaning
clean things.
and
I
focus
was
on the
surprised
story
to see an old
instead.
man,
Yeah.
but not as surprised as he was. It turned out he was blind. He was kneeling on the floor with his hand in a drain. When I asked him what he was doing, he said his cat had crawled into the pipes, and he was trying to get her out. He was very happy when I offered to help. He said there was no way we could reach her from here, so if I was willing, I could make my way through the sewers and get her from the other end.
Don't worry, he will be
He
coming
turned
back
off
when
the
he's
water for
hungry.
as long as possible,
Leave
but
it.
I would have to run, as the pipes would soon
No.
fill up again.
Okay.
I happily agreed. So he gave me a key. He said this will open all the sewer
I'm
Go
gonna do
through
it
here,
anyway.
then down the ladder, and through the big door at the bottom. To become a real boy. Whatever that meant. I better run.
Oh my god. Water is rising. Ah, yeah. Again. Come on. Please, please, please. Okay, let's make a run for it.
I found the old man's cat. She
Oh
was
my God.
fine, if a little confused.
What an angry
I was
cat.
horrified. It looked like me, but it shambled
Zombie
around
bot.
like something from the film we watched on Halloween.
Okay, let's go back.
The man was happy to have his cat back.
Your
He looked so
owner.
content with her sat on his lap. I told
I'm not
him
gonna
about
touch
the
that
thing
cat.
I saw, but he just laughed and said, "Those bastard robots, they're always getting up through the pipes. Don't worry though, it'll never get through the big doors. If I had my way, we'd have blown up the lot of them when we had the chance." I wasn't sure what he meant, but I decided now wouldn't be the best time to tell him I was a robot. The man laughed and said, "Don't worry, I know who you are," and told me that he knew the old man. As we chatted, the man brewed himself some tea. He said that he had worked for the old man. In fact, he had lost his sight in one of the old man's factories. Strangely, he smiled at this thought. "He always did me right," he said. "When I had my accident, the old man said he would look after me. And he did. He always made sure I had enough money, and he let me move into this old pumping station on
Yeah,
his
it's a
land.
shame he's dead now.
Which reminds me, I have something here for you." He rummaged around behind a cupboard. Then he continued saying, "The old man wanted you to have this when you were old enough, but they
Atlas
wouldn't
loves.
allow it." He passed me a large box. It was empty. I thought about pretending to be excited, but the man said, "Wait a minute, it's empty, isn't it?" He slumped back in his chair. "I was robbed a few months ago," he said, almost in a whisper. It's strange, they took practically anything metal but left loads of food and a brand new saxophone. The man looked sad, so I thought I would try to change the subject. I told him about my quest to clean a million things. This at least made him smile. He said I was welcome to go back through the pipes anytime I wanted, as there were
Oh no, I'm not
things
gonna
in there that
go in
couldn't
there.
get away.
Thank you. Bye. Okay. I have a key, but I'm not gonna use it right now. Let's continue. Ooh, this house is on
Breathing was
fire.
coming from one of the bedrooms, but the stairs were blocked by a wall of fire.
Let's help the inhabitants.
The people screaming turned out to be a man, a woman, and their children. They were confused and terrified. At first the man looked like he was ready to fight me, but after I convinced them that I was there to help, he calmed down. There was no way I could carry them all at once, so the children went first.
Okay, children.
I dropped the
Let's
children
get you
off
out
at
of
the front door and promised them that I would be back with their parents.
Yeah, promise. As a promise. I'm gonna save your parents.
The fire was getting much worse, so the woman went next.
Come on, lady. Ah. Yes. Gravity shoes. Not a good idea at all. Please. Please. Ah! I'm not worried about myself, but about this lady. Oh, shit.
When we got to the front door, all the woman said was, "Thank you. Please hurry."
If it was not because of the story, I would have never played this game.
By the time I managed to get back, the man was unconscious. I had to pick him up quickly, as I could tell the house was going to collapse at any moment.
Come on, come on. Lose some weight, bro. I can't jump either. Come on, wake up. Ooh. House collapsed. But among the fire and smoke. A hero emerged with our injured father.
I helped the family set up a tent so they had somewhere to stay. The kids
Look
were
at the
excited
children.
as they got to camp outside, but
Oh
I
my
think
God.
they knew they had just lost their home. When I mentioned my quest to clean a million things, the man said I should look through the rubble of the house.
Do you have to mention about this
So, when everyone was
cleaning
eating dinner, I looked through the wreckage.
duty crap?
There wasn't anything I could clean, but to my astonishment, I found a TV set and a games console. With a bit of fiddling, I was able to get them to work. So I kept playing games with the kids until their parents said
Let's
it
play
was
Contra.
time.
No?
As we talked, the man opened a bottle of
Let's
wine.
play
I asked
Jackal.
what happened. Why was everything so ruined? The man looked at the woman,
The Jeep.
then the woman sighed and said,
Can't you remember?
there was a war. Yes, a war, said the man. One side of the planet attacked the other, and before we knew
Yeah, hilarious.
it
One
was over.
side of the planet attacked the
Everything
other.
gone. Everything destroyed. Well, it's late.
Nice
said
and
the woman.
simple.
We should really get some sleep. Help yourself to anything you need, and we'll see you tomorrow.
How can you sleep? You're a robot.
In the morning, I asked the man if he knew what had caused the fire that had destroyed their house. The man smiled. Crap old house, bad wire.
Look at his child. Look at the boy.
The unreliable power.
He is the reason.
Take your pick. He said.
Not the electric.
We'd moved to the mainland, but we can barely feed ourselves.
Yeah.
Let alone buy a new house. So for now we're left here with the
That
rest of the
brat burnt
But he did say I should
their
move to the
house
mainland, as there were
down.
plenty there for me to clean, and a better quality of
That's
life.
brat. Oh
The
god.
man said, before the war, my lovely wife used to be a fisherman. Fisherwoman? Fishing person? I used to catch fish, interrupted the woman, and, seeing as you saved us all from the fiery end, maybe you would like to borrow my boat to get to the mainland. I was a little scared, but then they gave me some Captain software, and I
Captain
was an old
software.
salty
That was a
sailor
floppy
with
disk?
legs.
Floppy disk. Oh my god. Okay. Let's go to the mainland.
Fisherman's boat to the mainland. The fisherman was right. Everything was in pieces. Everything had been destroyed. I docked the boat in some
No,
ruins.
I haven't
They must
seen
have
war.
once been a town.
Any war. But I live in a country. The worst possible country in the world, or one of them. Yeah. Just got unlucky. While I could do something real, I'm stuck in here, hoping to immigrate someday. Finger crossed. Anyway,
I was confronted by a lovable fat old dog. He almost looked pleased to see me. Suddenly, 3 men appeared holding large
Freeze!
guns. Or at least 2 men and what looked to be a pregnant woman. Incredibly, it was Mr. Silton.
is that
I
you?
thought you'd been shut down.
Yellow?
I mean, it's been years. I'm not really sure what happened, I replied. I then told him about me cleaning a million things. He laughed and said, nothing changes.
Yeah, nothing
Then
changes.
showed me into what was surprisingly a really nice house. Please excuse my husband, said
Yeah,
the pregnant lady.
They're married now,
Edwina,
Mr. Sultan and this
but
lady.
everyone calls me
If you
Eddie.
remember, this is
I
the
believe you know this idiot. And that's Preston.
what was her
We've
job?
said the
Firewoman?
small man.
Doctor?
It was
Nurse?
me that delivered
I
that
don't
thing,
know.
remember?
Something
All
to
you
that
used
effect.
to deliver was weed,
When
mumbled
Mr.
Mr.
Sultan
Silton as he put the dog dish on the floor.
ate those mushrooms.
I
Yeah.
was there that
She
night
came
when this twat was
check.
off his face on mushrooms. Thanks for letting me and the dog stay, by the way. Yeah, well, we like the dog, said Mrs. Silton. And I suppose I've got you to thank for us meeting.
Yeah,
What with you
like the
giving
dog.
Barry those dodgy magic mushrooms? She pulled out
Magic
an old
mushrooms, yeah.
photograph. It was
That's
one
the
that Heather
story.
had taken the night I had saved Mr. Silton.
Yep, this is her. So she's a fire woman, yeah? Right side of the picture, all frowning. Left side smiling.
It reminded me of everyone else, so I asked what had happened to them. Mr. Silton said Alice had a small place in the countryside. The professor had holed up in one of the old man's factories. Mr. Deck was, believe it or not, now a presenter.
Trust
on
me,
the
I'm a
state
celebrity.
television channel.
Watch
And
every
Heather and
night.
her mother lived on a government compound where they both worked. I asked about the old man, surprised that Mr. Silton hadn't mentioned him.
Oh,
He's
he died in front of
he's
you,
dead,
dude.
said Mr. Silton. Sorry, I thought you knew.
Can't remember the
Anyway,
trauma.
said Mr. Preston. I thought you said that robot thing found the mushrooms for you in that hoarder's manky old barn. Mr. Silton looked embarrassed. Well, said Mrs. Silton, I guess we've got you to thank for getting us together then.
Now this lady is
Time for bed, I
pregnant.
think, said
In
Mr.
the middle of
Silton.
war.
Make yourself comfy, and we'll see
Why?
you in
Why
the
are you
morning."
doing this? Wait for the situation to get better or don't have a child at all. What could go? Come on, Daddy. Daddy. Don't run away from me, Daddy. Or I must say, don't fly away from me, Daddy. How can you fly, Daddy? Why do I wear prisoner suit? Is that pajama or prisoners? Costume. Home is where the heart is. Yeah. Yeah, that's totally, absolutely true.
The next day,
Yeah,
I thought it might be a good time to ask about the war. Judging by the look on everyone's faces, it wasn't. Well, the war, said Mr. Silton. Barry interrupted his wife. Can I see you for a minute? And dragged Mr. Silton out of the room, leaving me with Mr. Preston. All of a sudden, Mr. Silton appeared. How about a tune-up, he said. Mrs. Silton started to
With
make some
oil.
tea, and Mr. Preston was playing with the dog, leaving me to chat with Mr. Silton. I said that I really wanted to see everyone else, but Mr. Silton said
Watch
that it
out for
wouldn't be
the
that easy.
suit.
Traveling now, especially for a robot, is complicated. Go back to the house. You could even do some cleaning. Wait there and I'll work out a way to get you to each of them. I told him that I couldn't get into the main house because the hallway ceiling had collapsed. I have just the thing, said Mr. Silton, as he pulled some sort of card out of his pocket. If you can get into the caves under the church next door to the house, you can use this security pass to get into the old man's laboratories. You can get into the main house that way. I was so excited I would be able to get back into my old room. I said thanks and made my way to the front door. Also, I think you might be able to help us out, said Mr. Silton.
Okay,
We'll
sure.
meet up back at the old man's house in a couple of days. You head there and we'll see you soon.
Okay. Okay, guys. I hope you liked my video. I think that's enough for now. Give it a thumb up and subscribe. Suggest my channel to your friends and hit the notification bell as well. See you soon.